Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Sydney. Today I'm going to give you 5 top secret Poshmark selling tips that you need to know to make sales on Poshmark. So stick around because it's going to be a really great video that I think is going to kind of change your mindset a little bit about Poshmark. I also want to thank everyone who has signed up so far for my new private Facebook group that is based around learning how to source and price your items. If you are interested in signing up for that, it launches on Monday. Definitely send me an email to poshbosshelp@gmail.com. So if you are a new person here, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm Sydney. I've been selling on Poshmark for about 5 years now, since 2014. I was also a closet consultant at PoshFest, and I hope that you will subscribe if you're interested in learning about Poshmark and how to make money online. So let's get into the video. 5 top secret Poshmark tips. They're going to help you make more money. If you guys have any kind of off-the-wall Poshmark tips or anything kind of interesting that's helped you to make sales, definitely tell me and let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. So the first thing you need to know about Poshmark, I feel like a lot of people are hesitant to start Poshmark because the sharing makes them a little bit nervous, but you need to know that items don't necessarily have to be shared to sell. There are many people on Poshmark, millions of people shopping who are shopping via search. So if they search for your item and it's a very specific item and it's in their size, Poshmark automatically defaults the search to the customer size. So they can very much find your item just by searching. It doesn't necessarily have to be shared for them to find it. Now, what does help you and what does increase your visibility is when you self-share your closet. This actually pushes your listings up in the search results. But, you know, that's not something that takes usually a lot of time to do. If you do this 2 to 3 times a day, it will keep your listings circulating and towards the top of the search results. So, you know, don't get yourself into the mindset where you're overwhelming yourself thinking you have to do all of this sharing all the time, because it's really not that big of a deal. It's just a way of promoting your listings on Poshmark. My next tip for you has to do with Poshmark SEO. So my next tip is you want to avoid putting emojis in your Poshmark titles. The reason for this is that it can actually affect your listings and keep them from showing up in Google search. If you've ever searched for anything on Google, you will notice that a lot of times Poshmark listings are pretty high towards the top of the search results in terms of the shopping tab. So you want your listings to show up on this shopping tab when people are searching on Google for things that they want to buy. In order to make your listing more likely to show up there, you want to have a good title, and you want that title to be the brand and what the item is. You don't need to have emojis in your titles or in your listings for any reason, and you certainly don't want to have them in your titles because you want your items to show up on those Google search results. That is going to bring more traffic into your closet, and it's going to increase the likelihood of making your item more likely to sell if someone is able to find it in a Google search. Next tip, you do not need thousands of items to make consistent sales on Poshmark. I feel like a lot of people get really caught up in the numbers and they feel like they have to have thousands and thousands of items in their inventory to make sales, when in reality your sales have nothing to do with how many items are in your inventory. Yes, if you have more inventory, obviously you're going to be more likely statistically to make a sale, but what is going to help you make sales more is listing consistently. You want to be listing items in your closet consistently. You want to be bringing in new inventory consistently, and that is what's going to bring you consistent sales. You know, not necessarily getting thousands and thousands of items into your closet, but listing consistently and bringing in new inventory to your closet. You want to focus on bringing in new inventory and, you know, not necessarily relisting old inventory. Bringing in new inventory is what is going to help your closet the most in terms of you making sales. If you are interested in making daily and more consistent sales on Poshmark, definitely check out my course down below. It's called the Daily Sales Formula, and it is full of information that you can implement into your Poshmark business that are going to help you to make sales on a daily basis, especially if this is something that you want to do long-term or even full-time. It is a great course for people who are looking to bring more consistency and make more money in their Poshmark business. My next tip for you has to do with connecting your Poshmark to social media. So one of the social media platforms that I highly recommend you connecting your Poshmark account to is Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing and it can do wonders for your business. There are constantly people browsing Pinterest, searching Pinterest, and shopping on Pinterest. So whenever you connect your Poshmark account to Pinterest in your Poshmark settings, that's really all you have to do, and then Poshmark automatically does all of the work for you. So whenever you are going to create a listing for something and you select to share it to Pinterest, Poshmark automatically creates the pin for your item on your behalf and pins it to a board on your Pinterest account. And this puts your listings in front of millions of people who are on Pinterest looking for items, looking for fashion, and it's just going to bring so much more traffic both to your Pinterest account and to your Poshmark account. If you sign up for a business Pinterest account, you can actually view the analytics that are on your Poshmark pins, and you can see exactly how many people are seeing them. And when I connected my Pinterest account to my Poshmark account and started sharing my items to Pinterest, I started getting thousands and thousands of impressions on my Pinterest account. So it absolutely 100% works in terms of promoting your listings and promoting your Poshmark account. With that being said, a lot of people connect their Pinterest or their Poshmark account to their Twitter account, which can actually be a little bit risky, because if you connect your Poshmark to your Twitter account and you start oversharing things to Twitter, or you start listing a lot of stuff and Twitter kind of triggers and suspects that you are a bot, it can actually suspend your Twitter account. So Pinterest is really the main platform that you want to connect your Poshmark account to in order to give your Poshmark closet more exposure to more people, and it's the platform that is going to help you be more likely to make sales. My next tip for you that you need to know is that followers do not necessarily equal to sales. So I see this a lot where people are really focused on following a ton of people and they follow thousands of people a day. This is not really something that you need to be focusing on. It's not something that you really need to worry about. In fact, following too many people on Poshmark can actually hurt your visibility on Poshmark. If all you're doing is sitting there following thousands and thousands of people a day, Poshmark can actually throttle your account, and they can suspect that you are a bot if you are doing any sort of excessive activity, which is actually going to hurt your Poshmark account in the long run. So, you know, absolutely follow a few people every day, but don't make that your main focus on Poshmark, because what you need to be doing more so is focusing on becoming a Poshmark ambassador. So if you go into your Poshmark account and look at that list of your Poshmark ambassador stats and the list of things that you need to be focusing on in order to meet the criteria to be a Poshmark ambassador, that is what you need to be focusing on, and that is what is going to better your closet in the long run. Whenever you become a Poshmark ambassador, meaning you have hit all those criteria, you will actually start getting followers automatically. So you'll start to notice every once in a while what is happening is your closet is being put on the list when new people sign up for Poshmark, and it will automatically follow your closet for those new people, and that is going to bring in thousands of followers for you. It kind of puts your closet on autopilot in terms of getting new followers. So following thousands and thousands of people is not how you should be utilizing your time. It's going to be more worth it to put that time into sharing items or sharing your closet or listing items. You know, following all of these thousands of people is not going to necessarily equal to sales. You need to be more focused on promoting your items and sharing them to parties and listing new items. These are the things that are going to bring you sales and that are going to make you money. So you don't want to waste time and put efforts into things like following people to get followers, which are not necessarily going to equate to sales. So these are my 5 top secret tips for you. I hope this kind of changed your mindset a little bit about selling on Poshmark and the reality of selling on Poshmark. And you know, don't get too caught up in the hype and a lot of things that you hear on the internet in terms of what you have to be successful on Poshmark, because if you are listing consistently and consistently putting in effort, you will see great results and great sales from it. So if you guys like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.